and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
Check out Kristen's new website, MagicalJourneysVacations.com, for all your vacation needs. Disney, Universal, cruise lines, and more.
Thank you for traveling with us.
MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Have her book your magical vacation today.
WDW After Dark. Now loading.
WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. Starring Jeff Davis, Al Jonko, Kristen Hetzel, and Eric Allen. WDW After Dark is live and uncensored. Call the hotline at 410-98-WDW-AD. Follow us on Facebook at WDW After Dark Webcast and Twitter at WDW After Dark. Headline news: Disney food, video games, Marvel and Star Wars. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. And now prepare yourself for WDW After Dark.
Welcome to WDW After Dark, the late night Disney show where we talk about Disney parks, Star Wars, Marvel, and a whole lot more. Jeff Davis here with you, sitting in for Mr. Al Jonko, who is currently gone. Working hard.
Wouldn't that make him Al John Went?
Yeah, then possibly, or just Al John working instead of just
Okay.
go or something like that. Anyway, this is the Woody and Beeve edition of WDW After Dark because it is just me and that guy right there. Yeah, Mr. Eric Allen for the Scorecom Review on Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com and Mighty Marvel Geeks, part of the Weeby Geeks Network. Mr. Allen.
Howdy.
How you doing, sir?
I'll be doing good if I can find... here it is.
Oh, here it is. What?
Here it is.
What is it?
You mentioned Mighty Marvel Geeks. I gotta have the magic hammer. If he be so worthy, he will have the power of Thor, and that is why I am known as the Thunder Beaver.
Oh, that you are. It's a Dude Bro show.
Dude Bro show.
Dude Bro show. This is some of our favorites. Our Dude Bro shows. Where it's just me and you, chilling with a nice drink of whatever you got. It doesn't matter. And we're here to talk some Disney parks, Marvel, Star Wars, like I said. Got a few news stories to go over this evening and a very, very good topic to cover a little bit later on the show after we do all of our news stories that has to do with Disney's Hollywood Studios over at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. But first and foremost, we want to tell you about our sponsors. The first one, of course, being Magical Journeys Vacations. It's an opportunity for you to book a fantastic trip to the Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, whatever you need. Head over to MagicalJourneysVacations.com and let Kristen take care of all of your needs. She will find you the best deal and keep you informed just in case another better deal even shows up after that. And she'll make all the changes for you, can help you with dining and so much more. If you're interested in that dining type stuff, head over to diningatdisney.com where she can tell you about food and a whole lot more. Also, we want to thank Fandango. Check out Fandango if you're looking for movie tickets, anything else like that. If you're going to go see a new Star Wars film, or if you're going to go see an upcoming Marvel film or Disney film or anything like that, use Fandango. Also, Halloween Express, if you want to pick up a costume for an upcoming Comic-Con or for Halloween next year, Halloween Express. You can find all of these over at wdwafterdark.com. And also, if you're shopping for yourself, whether it be tech, video games, clothing, a new phone, headphones, microphone, whatever it may be, Amazon is where you need to go, and you can click on it. using WDWAfterDark.com. And that way, we keep this show running for free for you so you can watch or listen every single week. And we definitely
are free and we're worth every penny.
Every single penny. Every penny. I'm more like half a cent, I think. Half a cent.
Now, I may go as high as a penny and a quarter.
Wow, you put some real estate on yourself, don't you?
A quarter of a penny. Rather.
A quarter of a penny? Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine. And if you're watching us here on Blab, we definitely appreciate you doing that as well. If you want to comment on anything that we're talking about this evening, whether it has to do with the Disney parks, Marvel, or Star Wars, we've got 2 open seats here on Blab right now where you have the opportunity to come in and make yourself heard. Very simple, very easy. All you need is a microphone, a camera. Come on in. Join the discussion. We definitely
Thunderhammer is optional.
Thunderhammer, is that like the yay or nay? If they can or cannot? The hammer is the final word?
It's optional. It's
okay.
optional.
Optional. How was your weekend, Eric? How was the weekend?
It was pretty good. I got to do some touristy things down here in the Ham with somebody special. So I was quite happy about that. Got to go to Brick Fair, which is the large Lego show where people just make this astronomically big stuff out of Lego bricks, and you just think, dear God, if I had that kind of money, I'd be at Disney.
If you had that kind of time, Eric, come on. I mean,
yes.
How much time did they put into this stuff before you see it? I mean, hundreds of hours.
There was one exhibit in there that the guy actually said it took him 6 months to build it.
Yeah. 6 months.
We don't know if it was 6 months straight or if he was going by union rules or what.
He's logging man hours as he goes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. The fact that he has that much patience and that much time on his hands, good for him. Can we switch jobs for a couple of months, please? Begging.
My son and I, we have an ongoing goal. We are going to put something together and put it in upcoming. This was we were going to try to do it this year, but as things worked out, he had plans with his mama, so we said, okay, well we've got the stuff. We'll just put it in for next year.
Nothing wrong with that. Are you going to go Star Wars or something else, maybe?
It actually is going to go Star Wars.
Okay.
It is going to be Star Wars.
Yeah. Been playing a lot of Disney Infinity 3.0?
Been playing a good bit of it. Also been playing Battlefront. Been playing been playing a lot of Fallout 4. Which
so
has absolutely nothing to do.
Nothing to do with Disney.
It has nothing to do with Disney, but oh Lord, if there was if it was like a Disney Infinity for Fallout, that would be hilarious.
Oh, wouldn't it?
It would be. I did get this format for my son for Christmas, but it was under the full wink, wink, nudge, nudge acknowledgement that when he's not here, Daddy will be quality testing it.
How are you enjoying Battlefront so far? What is your take on that?
Battlefront, the graphics are just incredible,
aren't they? They really are.
It's almost like watching an interactive movie. It really is.
It is. It took me a while to get used to the mechanics of shooting the gun and compensating for recoil. Like a laser has recoil, but I mean, just a little bit.
It's sci-fi fantasy. Let's just roll with it.
Let's go with it. I can't wait for new maps to come out.
Yeah.
And I'm just so hoping. I'm hoping that one of these updates is going to include Stormtrooper. That you get the Stormtroopers you have in the Force Awakens, and have that look to you, and some more of those, maps and locations that they used in the movie. I think that'd be fantastic.
I'd like to see some Star Wars Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels would be nice. Yeah, that would be really good. I haven't played in a while. I dabbled with it yesterday for about 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
But I think this weekend I'm going to jump back into it again. So
I need to do more of it because right now my 13-year-old kicks my butt.
You've got some practicing to do. Yeah.
I do. Yeah. And I am man enough to admit that that he is better than I am at Battlefront right now.
Well, you'll get there. Just give it time. Just give it time. Took me a while as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our weekly news of Disney Parks, Marvel, and Star Wars, and we will start with Mr. Eric Allen to let us know what's happening in gaming, Star Wars, and Marvel. Eric, it is over to you, dear sir.
It is a Marvel evening on my end. First of all, we have if Jeff, have you watched Jessica Jones on Netflix yet?
I've gotten through about 3 or 4 episodes so far.
Okay. Well, apparently the people that have gotten through it like it a lot, because back over the weekend they announced that Jessica will be back for a season 2.
Season 2.
They announced this during Lord, what was it? It was the Sunday Critics' Choice Awards. Where Kristen Ritter, the lady who plays Jessica Jones, was nominated for her role, and they announced it. They did not announce when exactly it would premiere, but it's going to be another 13 episodes. It's estimated, because Netflix does not, necessarily release ratings. There was a sample study that went out that they estimate an average of 4.8 million total viewers.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. So, yes, that is that's pretty good.
That is very good.
Now, Jessica is the second of 5 Netflix titles that Marvel has scheduled.
Uh-huh.
We already have Daredevil, which got, they are bringing back a second season of him. Then we're going to have Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and a Defenders miniseries. It's not going to be a movie like the Avengers. It's going to be a miniseries.
Okay. All right.
So that is good news for those of you who liked it. It's definitely dark, and they just really whoever came up with the idea of putting Marvel series like these on Netflix really deserves a boost in their salary.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah.
Because case in point, Agent Carter is starting tonight as we record this. We're going to have to. We're recording or are going to wait to put it on Hulu,
right?
Or on demand, whatever. She is back for a new season. It went over very well. She is moving from the East Coast to the West Coast. She is going to be over in Southern California. Got new missions, got new bad guys. And we believe that Madame Mask from the Maggia is going to be playing a huge role in the bad guys this time, which is good because, quite frankly, I am kind of Hydra'd out.
Aren't you?
After Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, yes, you should have the Hydra as a recurring villain, but, yes, we get it. Hydra's there. Cut off one head, 2 more take its place.
Let me tell you this when it comes to Hydra. There is a certain individual on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I just wish they would hurry up and kill and get it over.
They've tried.
Okay? I'm tired of him. I'm sick and tired of him. He's driving nuts.
He's been shot. He's been crushed.
Yeah.
He's been infected with some kind of leech thingy.
Yeah.
Now he's like, just the Walking Dead. He's like,
stranded.
The meat pup.
Or no, he's not stranded, is he?
No, he made it back.
He made it back. That's right.
He made it back. But we're looking forward to that. And I will have a recap of the first episode of Agent Carter on this weekend's Mighty Marvel Geeks on Sorcerer Radio, and also available through the WeBeGeeks.net.
Yeah.
WeB Geeks Podcast Network. One other thing is we talk about how dark and gritty the Netflix series are.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think any of them still are going to hold a candle to Deadpool, the movie, which is not a Marvel Cinematic Universe offering. It is coming out from Fox because they still hold the movie rights for all the mutants, X-Men sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Den of Geek puts it perfect, describes the movie perfect. It is a terrific tour de force of obscenity, nudity, and other crassness that firmly justify its R rating.
Okay. I agree with that.
that. And really, if you've read the comics, you know that's pretty much the only way you're going to be able to do this movie and do it justice.
Well, I mean, if you've gone on YouTube and watched the Red Band trailer, it's automatically going to get an R rating just from watching that alone.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
But I mean, the comics, they treat it with a certain campiness.
Yeah,
it's almost like Army of Darkness style, where it's so over the top, it's not realistic.
And do you think that's maybe the reason why they have taken so long to put this movie out, as popular as a character as Deadpool is?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. And really, this is almost a, I don't want to say it's a vanity project for Ryan Reynolds, who is going to be playing the title character.
Because he's the one that pushed all this in order to do the movie. He created his own, 10-minute short?
Yes.
And everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
He has been pushing this. He is the, he's been the driving force behind getting it done. And this truly is, I also don't want to use the word labor of love, because that, first of all, that's cliched. And second of all, that just gives it a feeling of wholesomeness that this movie just does not, it doesn't even want.
Sure. Yeah.
But nevertheless, there is a petition that has been put out there that has started up on change.org. It was conceived by a YouTuber by the name of Grace Randolph, because she heard of an 8-year-old that is upset that he's likely not going to be able to go see the movie in theaters.
Yeah.
So rather than telling little Jimmy, or whatever his name is,
good choice on names.
Jimmy, you can't go see Deadpool. You're going to have to wait till you're older. So rather than going that route,
right,
she says, Hey, Fox. Hey, Marvel, how about make a PG-13 version? Yeah. Make a PG-13 cut that's inclusive for Deadpool's younger fans.
Okay, are we okay? So, basically, what we're talking about here is a movie made for TV version to come out in theaters, something that you would see on FX or TNT or something like that. In other words, edited in so many different ways, right?
Yeah, this movie is never coming to broadcast TV.
It gets that
it's
bad.
Not.
It does.
It can't.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, somebody caught it with Reynolds himself and got got his opinion on it. He said, "I don't think so. That would be a very short movie. It's almost a commercial at that point."
Yeah, it is to the point where it would be. Yeah.
There's a lot of sexuality, a lot of nudity. That part, I really don't. I don't have a problem with that not being there, but you cannot do Deadpool without the gratuitous violence. He's just a very gratuitous, violent character.
Are we talking about a Deadpool toy lineup when the movie comes out as well?
Define toy. Now, bow wow.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what the kids can pick up in Toys R Us, Target, Walmart. Right there next to Kylo Ren and Chewbacca and everything else, and all the other Avengers.
I've not seen any kind of toy deals for this.
Yeah,
there may be some for collectors.
Yeah.
Like they have for Evil. Yeah, you didn't see Evil Dead character toys on the shelves. You don't see.
Yeah.
You don't see Ozzy Osbourne action figures online, but they're available through certain retailers.
Sure. Yeah, they are.
I would not be surprised if you saw that. I would not. I just would not see this, and it's just. I'm sorry, I feel sorry for little Jimmy.
Yeah.
But I really don't.
Fox is not shooting for the demographic that Marvel and Disney did with when it comes to, Guardians of the Galaxy or the Avengers or Iron Man or anything else like that. It's a total different demographic that Fox is shooting for.
It is. And Deadpool was never meant to appeal to that group anyway.
Yeah.
Not all Marvel movies are suitable for kids.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm sorry. There it is. I've put it out there.
Jessica Jones, not for kids.
Jessica Jones. Daredevil, for kids.
Not for kids. No.
Hey, Jessica Jones, sure not for kids. That's why they put it on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's why they put the stuff on Netflix, because they know they can't put it out there on movies.
But, kids are going to see these trailers. They're going to know the movie is out, and mom and dad are going to be pressured, and mom and dad will end up taking it to see the movie. I mean, they should have known that from the get-go. So why put that kind of stuff in it? Well,
I will say this. Some parents will, some parents won't.
Yeah.
Pure pressure. Remember when the Terminator came out?
Sure, I do. Yeah.
Okay. It was rated R.
It was.
There was some nudity in it.
Couple scenes.
I begged and pleaded for my mom and dad to take me to the theater.
Yeah.
And see the movie. You know what they said? They said no. I asked them again. You know what they said then? They said no. Eventually, I got the message.
Yeah, you're not seeing the movie. No. Yeah.
So here's what you do. You wait until it comes out in the theaters, and then you go on YouTube and you find a pirate copy and you watch it anyway.
I'm trying to imagine, little bitty, under 10 years old Eric Allen wanting to see the Terminator, sad face, everything else. Felt like his world has been crushed.
I want to see the killer robot.
Your mom's over there.
You're not going to see that. No. No. Go watch My Little Pony.
Now, that would have just been cruel.
Or the Care Bears or something. Right?
Anyway. Oh, God, no.
Yeah. So,
but at least this was back in the days when they would actually show Bond movies on TV.
And yeah.
So, every once in a while, it's like, oh, you'll only live twice. Oh, diamonds are forever. Okay, you can do that. Yeah.
All right, so a petition for Deadpool to go PG-13 probably won't happen, but it's out there.
Yeah, because we all know, online petitions are kind of like it's one of those things where you feel good about what you've done, but it really makes no difference whatsoever.
Sure, yeah.
It's like bouncing a rubber ball off the wall by yourself. Oh, look, it's fun. Oh, yeah. Not really accomplishing anything.
Ka-kunk, catch it. Ka-kunk, catch it. It gets old after about 4 or 5 throws. Yeah. It happens.
I tell you what doesn't get old, though, and that would be Star Wars and Marvel.
Right, yeah.
Especially now that Marvel is doing the Star Wars comics again. Have you read any of those yet?
Not a comics guy. No, don't read them.
You'd love these. You'd love these. These are done. These are very well done.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, Marvel guy Stan Lee was being interviewed about the subject of crossovers. He asked if he thought his Marvel characters would ever all come together, despite the fact that you've got Fox that owns like the mutants, and they still own Fantastic Four, but probably won't for much longer.
Sure, yeah,
that sort of thing. He said, "Yeah, probably it'll be the most expensive film ever produced, but anything the public wants to see, you could be sure it'll eventually be produced."
Okay.
And so that led to a specific question about Star Wars and Marvel crossing over. Yes. Yes, they actually went there. He said, well, I don't know. I don't know how many characters you can have in a movie, but obviously the people who produce these things are looking to be as successful as possible. If they feel that incorporating Star Wars with the Marvel characters will be very successful, they'll find a way to do it. He said, can you imagine Spider-Man saying, "May the Force be with you"?
I just can't see that.
He said it may come to that. And, there is precedence.
Yeah.
There's precedence. He said, we did it in the comics. I created the Avengers by taking many of our characters and making a team out of them. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So, we can have as many characters join the Avengers as we want to for future movies. That might be fun too. He said, all of a sudden, Luke Skywalker is an Avenger.
Just not feeling it.
The Luke from Return of the Jedi, I could totally see that.
I just can't picture Luke Skywalker in the middle of New York City. It's just kind of hard to grasp a hold of, I guess.
Okay, this, of course, as you can imagine, has irritated the sphincters of many a fanboy on both sides.
Did you say sphincters?
I said sphincters. I said irritated sphincters, actually.
Irritated. That's called Decidin. Use it if it's that irritating.
Yes, it is. Okay. And people are just going, oh, no, that's stupid. I wouldn't do that. It's not the first time something like that has happened. There have been team-ups in which the X-Men crossed over with Star Trek.
What the crap?
No, more than one occasion.
Come on.
I've got the very first one. I've got the very first one where they cross over with the original series cast.
Captain Wolverine.
Wolverine.
The USS Animanium.
Wolverine and Spock show down, and of course Spock gets him with the nerve pinch. He collapses.
Oh, jeez.
But then he's up just like right, just right afterwards. And but the best part of that entire comic was where Beast, Dr. Hank McCoy, and a couple of others are coming into the medical bay.
Yeah.
With a wounded, with one of their wounded teammates, and Dr. Leonard McCoy walks in on him, and then just starts. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. He's hurt. I'm going to help him. It doesn't matter who you are. And so he hollers for Nurse Chapel. It says, "Get in here with with this." So Nurse walks in and goes, "But we don't have any patients." Dr. McCoy, and both of them turn around. Yes. So I mean, yes.
Oh wow!
And of course, in the Star Wars fanboy circles, there is the degree, the discussion of, well, is this canon? Is it ape law? No, this kind of stuff is not canon. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's not meant to be. So if you do, I would love to see this as a comic, like a one-shot kind of thing.
A comic, yeah, I could see. Yeah.
If you put I would love to see Luke Skywalker and Black Knight somewhere.
Yeah.
Just being able to just sword fighting their way through like a zombie horde or something. This would be great.
Star Wars and The Walking Dead.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, look, there's a bunch of walkers. Not for long.
Force push, about 200 of them out of the way. Okay, we can go this way now.
Now, I would also like to see Luke Skywalker go up to J. Jonah Jameson and says, "You will sell the Bugle." I will sell the. You will stop publishing bad things about Spider-Man. I will stop. Oh, heck with that. But yeah, I mean,
J. Jonah Jameson is not one of the weak-minded. I'm sorry.
He is definitely
not something like that.
Is it just me, or did Watto from the Phantom Menace just kind of strike you as J. Jonah Jameson?
Just seriously, yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
My tricks are going to work on me.
Only subscription numbers. So
I could see him sitting in that office swinging around in that chair. Oh, goodness.
Spider-Man pictures. But, yeah, I mean, those are basically his comment. And really, a lot of people have kind of like, gotten all up in arms about it. But really, I mean, he's right.
Yeah, sure.
If the powers that be at Lucasfilm and Marvel say, we think this could really sell, they'll do it.
Sure they will, yeah.
But they're not going to do it unless they really think it will. Because as much as you may say, well, Disney is messing up Star Wars, or Disney is messing up Marvel. No, they really aren't.
No, they're not. No,
they're not. And they realize that both those franchises, they have very passionate fan bases.
I want to punch those people in the mouth. I'm sorry. It makes me sick at my stomach to hear that kind of stuff when you see the product that they're putting out and it's breaking records left and right all the time. Where is it you're getting all of these crazy ideas that Disney and Marvel are destroying each other?
It's like, look, sometimes, guys, you got to come out from your mama's basement and sample life like the rest of us.
You put it nicely when it came to Mama. Yeah, that's what they need to. Yeah, I mean, come on, give me a break.
Oh, Mother, pass me a Hot Pocket. I'm being a badass on Facebook.
It reminds me of Wedding Crashers and that guy that still lived at home with his mom. Mom, put on some meatloaf. We're hungry. It was what's his fate? What's his name? I can't remember what his name is. Darn it.
I gotta say, I never saw it.
It's a great movie. Get to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, Will Ferrell. There you go.
Will Ferrell. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate it.
So yeah, that's those are basically his comments on that, and that's what I've got for this evening.
Thank you.
In terms of Marvel stuff.
Marvel stuff.
And Star Wars stuff.
Star Wars, for the first time since its opening on December the 18th, this past weekend, was not the number one movie in the U.S. Ride Along 2 took over the number one spot, and Star Wars The Force Awakens came in at number 2. So
yeah, come back to me next week. It'll be back up there.
Yeah, probably so. It eventually it had to fall just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm still talking to people at work. Now, don't judge me, people, because I saw it like 4 weeks later. But there are still people at work who have not seen the movie. And I just keep telling them, you got to go watch it.
We need to pray for them, Jeff.
Yes. Yes.
Let's do it right now. Dear Lord, please get these people into the theater as soon as humanly possible. Amen.
Amen. Yeah. Please lead them in the right direction towards the light, not the dark side. The dark side would be not seeing the movie. The light would be going and seeing the movie with your family and enjoying it. So,
Lord, please set them upon the path to the theater, preferably during matinee hour, because you know that you look out for us.
For me, that's Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights is matinee all day. So sometimes that's when I go. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate all the news for Marvel and Star Wars. Remember, you can check out Mighty Marvel Geeks every single Saturday nights on Sorcerer Radio over at srsounds.com. Lots of good information passed on during that podcast. So, Eric, we appreciate the time and effort that you put into that. So, thank you, sir. And for those of you just now joining us on YouTube or on iTunes or wherever you may be listening or watching the show, this is WDW After Dark, the late night Disney show where we talk about Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel. We cover all the Disney parks if there's something interesting to cover. And we do have a couple of things this week that we do want to talk about when it comes to Disney parks. And we start with Imagineering. Veteran Bob Weiss has been promoted to the top job at Walt Disney Imagineering, taking a new role of president. For that, Bruce Vaughn, Chief Creative Executive, who has served as the co-executive leader of WDI since 2007 with Chief Design and Project Delivery Executive Craig Russell, who are both leaving the company. Craig Russell has taken a new role with the project integration. Weiss was the creative lead on Disney California Adventure Extreme Makeover, much of Tokyo Disney Sea, and Disney MGM Studios, including the iconic Tower of Terror attraction. Most recently, he has guided the creation of Shanghai Disneyland. Additionally, Kathy Magnum has added Disney Cruise Line and Disneyland Paris to her creative responsibilities, in addition to her role as leading the efforts at Walt Disney World. Disney Parks is, of course, about to begin a major push of building new attractions across all properties. And with Bob Weiss at the helm, the company has vastly experienced creative leaders spearheading in the efforts to get all this stuff done. So a few pieces of the chessboard kind of moving around when it comes to Walt Disney Imagineering, and we can only hope that wonderful things are in the future for Disney Parks. Start talking about Kylo Ren, the big-time villain when it comes to Star Wars The Force Awakens, currently in theaters. Remember, you can get those tickets via WDW After Dark if you want to see the movie using our Fandango link. Well, he is going to be soon appearing for the meet and greets over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. He'll be taking the place of Darth Vader at the Star Wars launch bay. Look for Ren to appear in February 2016. Although Vader will no longer be appearing at the launch bay, he will still be at the Jedi training Trials of the Temple. Chewbacca and the First Order stormtroopers will also continue to be at the launch bay as well. Makes me wonder, though, and we talked about this spoiler last week, how Chewbacca is going to feel about Kylo being so close to him after what he did to Han Solo.
We'll find out if he is bent over in half and twisted around like the pretzels that you could get on Main Street.
A few hard feelings, you think? Maybe, possibly. So,
I think,
Could we see a little character interaction between the two, being mad and yelling at each other and stuff like that? Like, you did what you did, and you did what you did.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Finger pointing for Kylo, paw pointing for Chewbacca. Does Chewbacca have fingers?
Yes.
He does? I've never seen his fingers. I've seen, I think Leia pretty much described it the best, the mop of a hand, the walking carpet in front of her. So, he's got to have some type of...
you can't see it because it's kind of like, it's why you can't see like the second and third chin down here. It's just covered up. Yeah.
It's just covered up? Has he put on a little weight, I think? Yeah, probably so. Yeah, he's getting old. He was old before. He was there for the Clone Wars, for crying out loud. How old is Chewbacca, really?
Chewbacca is, Wookiees age slowly. We'll just put it that way.
Obviously, yeah.
Apparently, human beings are the fruit flies of the galaxy far, far away, because you got Yoda saying he's 900 years old. You've got you got Chewie being like freaking Aragorn. He's like in human years he'd be like older than Dick Clark. And he ages about like Dick Clark.
Yeah, that's about to say Dick Clark never aged one bit, so there's no wonder Chewbacca looks the way he does.
Yeah, I know. It's
got to be some of the Dick Clark genes in that family, I guess, maybe. Not saying anything bad about Dick Clark, who is a fantastic broadcaster.
Yes, he was. But, I mean, you saw Han Solo looking like he was ready for an Imperial Walker. And I'm not talking about the kind that assault rebel bases. I'm talking about the kind that Palpatine uses to get out of bed every morning.
And there's somebody who took aging a little harsh with Palpatine.
Yeah.
As the years went by, my God.
Yeah.
Took a little bit of force lighting and it just ruined everything.
There you go. The faith bell. All this plastic surgery went to nothing.
Oh, seriously. God. I mean, poor guy.
Yeah.
It's like you're not getting a girlfriend ever.
No.
It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what kind of trick you use or anything else. They're going to look at you and go, oh, hell no. Your face looks like that. What does the rest of your body look like when it comes down to it? So... Okay. Not good. Not good. Moving along now. Moving along. So we won't talk about that anymore.
Thank God. We never speak of this again.
We're going to talk
naked.
We're going to head over to the World Showcase there in Epcot at Walt Disney World. Epcot's Canada Pavilion welcomed a new entertainment act earlier. They are called Trad Nation. Trad Nation is the name of it, celebrating Quebec's rich heritage of music. Trad Nation is a 5-piece band performing traditional songs and step dance at a 20-minute show. You can see the band Wednesday to Sunday with several shows per day on the Mill stage. Trad Nation continues with the current Epcot entertainment philosophy of limited engagement acts that has seen relatively short contract periods for new groups here within the past couple of years. Trad Nation replaces the Canadian Lumberjack show, which did not get a very good following when it came to the fans of Walt Disney World and the former band that used to play there, Off Kilter. So,
oh God, no!
I've seen video of this, Eric. I've seen Trad Nation on video on YouTube. They've got a good beat to them. They are very low key.
They're supposed to be very good.
They are. They are very good.
We have a mutual friend who works sound down in that area, and I think he actually is going to be working sound engineer for them. So it's he's got some good things to say about him.
Is this another filler from the Disney Parks executives going, okay, we need something to keep the masses happy, even after the failure of the Canadian Lumberjack show and the departure of Off Kilter from that area? Are they really going to see the numbers increase with this band since they're so low key and didn't really provide that don't provide that party like atmosphere that Off Kilter did for so many years?
I don't know. I guess it's going to be decided as to how the fans respond to them. I mean, I felt sorry for the Lumberjacks. I really do, because they were stepping in to fill some enormously large shoes.
Very much, yeah.
And the fans were not the least bit subtle in their feelings toward them. But so, unfortunately, that I think even Disney Park and Management knew that was doomed to fail even from the get-go.
Yeah. But
now they've, that act has passed. That's the sting has healed over a little bit. We hope.
Sure.
Now they can go back to something that's more entertaining, more musical, and hopefully it'll do well.
It should. The age limit in this group is kind of way up there and way down there, and everything else. It kind of moves along the scale. They're all very talented. You got just a couple people playing guitar, one guy tapping shoes, for a beat, and I think there was a fiddler or a violin player or something like that. So, yeah, not bad. I was fairly impressed. So, we'll have to give them their grace period, I think, before anybody really starts to give a rating as to how they're doing when it comes to that area and being able to fill, like you said, some really big shoes. So, the next time you're in the World Showcase over there in Canada, check out Trad Nation, because they are playing Wednesday through Sunday with several shows per day right there on the Mill stage. So, and finally, for Disney Park news, Disney has announced that Lights, Motors, Action Extreme Stunt Show will be closing on April the 2nd, not the 1st, but April the 2nd.
So it's not a April Fool's joke.
It's not a joke. And even more, closures have been confirmed, pretty much. Scheduled to close with the stunt show on April the 2nd are Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie set Adventure Playground, Monsters, Inc. character Meet and Greet, the Rider Stop, Watto's Grotto, and the Studio Catering Company are also closing on April the 2nd. Now, the 130-foot Earful Tower, which has served as the park's original icon, and recently the icon once again because the big sorcerer hat went away, is also going to be removed as part of the work on the back of the park. A time frame for the closure of the actual Streets of America has not yet been announced, although we already do know that the, of course, Osborne family spectacle of dancing lights will not be returning this year in 2016 for the holiday season. So the closures are all part of the plans to redevelop the park, beginning with the 14-acre Star Wars land that's going to be going in, and also the 11-acre Toy Story lands for Disney's Hollywood Studios. So things continue to be molded when it comes to DHS. The Eiffel Tower's gone. So many other attractions are gone. The park's supposed to get a new name that we have no idea about. And that kind of brings us into our discussion part of the show, where we start talking about the appeal factor when it comes to Disney's Hollywood Studios. And I want to read a post that Eric got on his Sorcom Review page over on Facebook. And it was from Richard Drewberry, and he said the following question: does the loss of so many attractions in the last few years, effectively making the park a half-day visit, mean that Disney should charge less to get into the studios for now? If Magic Kingdom can command a premium, shouldn't the studios command more value-oriented pricing? Now, Eric, you've got the list of stuff that has currently closed at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and that's what's going to get us into our discussion for this week. Go ahead.
Okay, I've got a list of this. It's not just the ones that you mentioned. Of course, you got the Lights, Motors, Actions, the meet and greets, the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids Playground. Let's also remember Animation Academy. Of course, now that's become like the Star Wars launch bay.
Right.
They've also canceled a lot of. The list is actually surprisingly long if you go back over the past several years. Things just have a habit of not staying long.
Yeah, sure.
You've had, of course, how long was American Idol experience there? I mean, it seems like it was almost like a cameo appearance.
Yeah, it was a few years.
So that's gone. Molt, Sweat, and Shears,
gone.
They're gone.
Yep.
Of course, the Osborne Family Spectacle, it's gone now.
Gone.
Pizza Planet Arcade, gone.
Gone.
Sounds Dangerous, that was gone back in 2011, thankfully.
And still not being used.
It's still not being used. Studio Backlot Tour.
See ya.
That was gone as of September 2014.
Right.
American Film Institute Showcase, the little kind of like the rotating exhibit that you when you got off the trams you walked through.
Yeah.
Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow, that came out that left in November 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We also said Magic of Disney animation. Of course, the Journey into Narnia exhibits.
Right.
A lot of the live shows, a lot of the parades, like the Stars of Motor Cars Parade, Hollywood Studios Afternoon Parade, Coolest Summer Ever Dance Party.
Yeah.
Block Party Bash.
Yeah.
Disney Channel Rocks.
Yep.
Playhouse Disney live on stage.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's just that list goes on, and it just kind of points to what a lot of people are saying. It's a lack of focus.
And now Star Wars Weekends is going away.
Star Wars Weekends going away because eventually all weekends are going to be Star Wars weekends.
But see, that's eventually down the road.
Yes. Eventually.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that it will. Richard is put it on the head. It's going to be a half-day park while all this stuff is under the bulldozer.
Right.
And
but does it warrant, Eric, We know that Magic Kingdom has a higher one-day park price than any of the other three Walt Disney World parks because of everything that it has to offer. And of course, yes, it is the Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. It does have Cinderella's Castle, Space Mountain, Main Street USA. It is a 2-day park, easily a 2-day park to do everything. So naturally, Disney said, yes, we want to charge more for people to come and enjoy this. If they're just going to do the park for one day, we're going to charge you more to go to the Magic Kingdom. But what if I come to the parks? I don't feel like doing I just want to go to Hollywood Studios. I want to check out Tower of Terror. I want to do Rock and Roller Coaster. I want to get on Star Tours. I want to do Toy Story Mania. But you're still going to charge me full price when you don't have half the stuff that you used to? And what else is there to do? Nothing.
Do you remember when Animal Kingdom opened up was it 96 or 98? I want to say it was 98.
I think it was 98, 99.
Okay, 98. Disney was criticized quite a bit because there weren't very many things there.
Right.
And so now you've kind of come back to that. We know the really awesome Toy Story Land is coming. We know the super epic, mega awesome Star Wars Land is coming.
I like how you put more names on that. That was good.
Well, because it's more awesome.
Super mega awesome.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I mean, there is that part. It's kind of like, come to Disney's Hollywood Studios and see glorious acres of construction walls.
Right. Yeah.
We'll paint Jedi Mickey on the walls, so that way it'll be kind of like you get to see something. Hi, Musketeers! May the Force be with you. No,
I mean, how much of your day is going to be spent in the Star Wars launch bay? Not much. Okay.
No, I mean it's okay.
It's great.
It's
sure,
great.
It's fun.
Love that. If you love getting in and seeing the exhibits and doing that, yes, it's going to be fun. You're not going to spend half your day in the bay.
Yeah.
So
and let's not forget, they did open up, bear with me, Club Disney for the kids as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, for them to enjoy, parents to, sit down, charge the phones, everything else. They did revamp and that did a new script and setting for the Jedi Training Academy as well, but that doesn't cover everything else that they've gotten rid of.
No, it doesn't. And saying this, I'm saying that under the caveat that yes, a place for the kids to go blow off steam, let the parents sit and rest.
Yeah,
that stuff is freaking gold.
It is.
There's no, you can't put an upper value on the peace of mind that you get from doing that. But having said that, it's still not going to compensate for all this other stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Quick reminder for everybody watching on Blab, if you do have a comment and you want to come on the show and tell us your comment about what we're talking about when it comes to a suggestion of a price reduction for Disney's Hollywood Studios not having as many attractions as they used to. There are open seats here on the broadcast, so we encourage you to please come on and make your voice heard when it comes to this right here. Go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I don't. At this point, really, it'd be symbolic.
Yeah.
We're not saying that you should. It's a half a day park. You should take half off the park entrance.
Yeah.
If you want to say, okay, $15, $20.
Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah.
I would say that would be reasonable.
Sure. Yeah.
Just to make sure people, to say, okay, well, if we could only stay one day, and because I guarantee you, people are coming in, they're coming in. Not everybody stays like you and I do.
That's true.
We come in to Disney park property. We don't leave Disney property. We park our car in the lot. We use the free shuttle buses, and we keep our butts squarely on those 47 square miles.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there'll be people coming in. They'll be staying somewhere like on International Drive or or in Kissimmee or somewhere, and they'll say, well, we're going to spend a day at SeaWorld. We're going to spend a day at Orlando at Universal. Or, we'll say, okay, we're going to spend we can spend like 1 or 2 days at the Disney parks.
Sure. Yeah. Split it up a little bit. Yeah.
Split it up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Are they going to say, well, if we want to do Hollywood Studios because, hey, we could ride the same 3 things over and over?
And that's about the truth. Yeah.
No, you're not. It's going to be, well, Star Tours is cool. Tower of Terror is cool. Rock and Roller Coaster is cool.
Yeah.
Toy Story Mania is cool.
But you're hitting your limit right there.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
stuff to do.
Yeah. So it's really kind of the point of people aren't going to want to come to that park as much. You could say, like, well, okay, we'll knock off $15-20 as an added incentive.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'll hold my comment.
Well, he can sit here and say it then.
He can sit here and say it. Joining us here on WDW After Dark from the WDW Tiki Room Show over on Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com, and also from Jedi Mouseketeer and the Pro Wrestling Podcast, which has just recently been nominated for a podcast award, by the way, as well. Awesome news. Mr. Al John Go is joining us on the show. Al John, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
What's going on?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We
just
can't
fine.
hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So, like I was saying, I'm not going to sit here and say that Disney is full-fledged money greedy. They're not greedy when it comes to that. They do have a big company. They've got to pay for things. And we talk about this every year when prices go up for hotels and prices go up for tickets and everything else. Would $15 to $20 off of the price of admission for one day at Disney's Hollywood Studios make all of that much of a difference? I don't think it would. But at the same time, I don't think Disney's going to do that at all.
It would be a symbolic thing more than anything else.
Yeah.
It would be like, hey, we hear you. Hey, we acknowledge there's not as much stuff to do here.
Sure.
So we're gonna throw you a bone.
Mm-hmm. Al John, we're talking about a listener of Sorcerer Radio for the Swordcom Review sent Eric a question on his page on Facebook asking if it would be a good idea if Disney were to knock off the price of admission to Disney's Hollywood Studios simply because of all the recent closures. I mean, just recently, as of a couple of days ago, we now have Lights, Motors, Action, Extreme Stunt Show closing in April. Adding to that list, the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie set, Monsters, Inc. character meet and greet, Writer's Shop, Watto's Grotto, Studio Catering Company, and all the other stuff before that. What's your take on this?
Well, of course, it would be a great gesture for Disney to do, but I'm sure they won't do it. That would just be, admitting that, there's quote unquote something wrong, or we're not offering the value for their cost of admission.
Yeah.
What they may do, in fact, is offer other experiences to help make up for the lack of those attractions being open, which I believe they're trying to do. But of course, our perception as hardcore Disney fans is going to be a little bit different than the casual fan that comes into the park.
Sure. Yeah.
So, and I did hear some of your comments in regards to staying on property or off property, and I've done both quite frequently. In fact, we have a trip that's coming up, and we're going to be staying off property at a new resort hotel that is not owned by Disney. So, they should offer maybe some other experiences and other things to make up for that fact. But and I hope they do, whether it's some type of character meet and greet, dessert parties, just something that people can partake in. That'll be a lot more fun due to all the closures that are going on. So,
well, I mentioned that to Eric, and we've already seen the start of something like that when it came to bringing in the Star Wars launch bay for everybody to check out. The new Star Wars fireworks experience that you're going to be able to see at Disney's Hollywood Studios is also a big draw. redoing the Jedi Training Academy for something a little bit different than what they have been doing for like the past, 10 years, I guess. Really long time. Yeah. But it's hard for us to be able to look 4 or 5 years down the road and know what Disney is going to bring in during that construction time in order to keep the draw coming to the park. We don't know what they're going to do. They may have a lot of stuff sitting up on the shelf that they're just waiting time frame wise to bring to the public, to bring everybody else back to DHS and be able to enjoy. Be it one of the reasons as to why they probably won't ever drop the price, just because there's a lack of attractions at Walt Disney World, specifically Disney's Hollywood Studios. So,
well, we're only weeks away from their annual promotion announcement, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
They usually have some type of theme or something going on, some type of park announcement or attraction announcement that they have in with a lot of fanfare and hoopla.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll address that in some way in terms of experiences coming to DHS in the coming weeks or months, and give guests their money's worth. Granted, I know that the launch bay is taking place in a space that already had other experiences with character meet and greets and things of that nature in there.
Yeah.
So replacing things is not going to do it for a lot of us, but I understand, yes, and of course Jedi Training Academy, as you said, being changed up is great to reflect the new direction of Star Wars.
Sure,
and
yeah.
All the rest of the new legions of fans coming into the parks, which is great, but simply replacing one or refurbishing one doesn't mean that it takes up for the attractions that are gone.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be a new parade. Maybe it'll be some other. The fireworks is definitely a plus.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I like that.
Yep, I like that.
Other than having Fantasmic, the fireworks are great. So that alone can maybe take the place of one attraction.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. During this time, people are still going to go to the staples of Disney's Hollywood Studios and what has made it great. They're still going to go to Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Star Tours, the Muppet Vision 3D, which you may not think has a big pool, but I've seen good wait times on that attraction. People still, and these days with the show coming out, I think it's probably become even more popular due to the Muppet Show on ABC.
It's always been a good attraction. It's always been a good attraction. I have yet to see it with nobody there.
Yeah.
And they did change up the pre-show, if you haven't seen it recently, to reflect the Muppets Most Wanted.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah.
Haven't seen it, there is some sketches with some of the other Muppet characters that are placed in the pre-show. So they have done some things to make it, a little bit better. And, I'm hoping that we get to see some type of experiences or weekends where people celebrate ABC. I think that would be a really cool thing to have ABC drama weekends where they bring in people from Grey's Anatomy that are big draws, like Super Soap Weekend.
Sure.
They ought to do it.
Well,
because you have, Grey's Anatomy and How to Get Away with Murder and all these great shows that are applauded as being some of the best shows on primetime, and they could really leverage that fandom to come into the parks and have that experience, meet and greets, autograph signings, behind the scenes stuff, which I think is a welcome addition to that park to make up for that. And no one has ever brought that up, and I don't see why they back or in that way. Celebrate ABC in prime time, do more specials with the different personalities that they have on ABC.
Yeah.
And on the new network Freeform. Can you imagine what a Freeform Pretty Little Liars weekend would do at that park?
Oh, are you kidding me? The lines. Oh, gosh.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They have new shows. Like, I don't understand why they can't have Disney XD stars from the 7D or have something come in and just leverage those type of things. Yes, Freeform is what ABC Family has turned into.
That's right. As of a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
So ABC Family, as of the new year, is now Freeform, which is part of the ABC brand. So,
and with the, I'm not going to say cancellation, but going away of Star Wars weekends, which is not going to be anymore. It's kind of going away. Something like that with ABC or with Freeform or some other. My gosh, you own these companies. You own these shows. The stars work for you. I don't see any reason as to why you wouldn't want to do something like that and promote your other, children in the Disney company. I mean, that's basically what they are.
Right.
I mean,
well, the other thing they did do, Jeff, which is a great move on Disney's part, is they had last year bought Maker Studios, which is one of the leading content providers of fresh internet YouTube content on the internet. And those people that have the big Snapchat, YouTube, and Twitter followers could host weekends like that, much like Playlist Live, which I've attended for many years, and have tens of thousands of kids from all over meet their favorite YouTube superstars and do roundtable panels and things. They could leverage that stuff to bring more people and attendance to the parks, yet also bring up the great positives about being connected with Disney. Those YouTube creators can definitely talk on behalf of the park and shoot content for their channels to promote Disney, and I think it's a win-win for everybody. So
once they made that buy, I do remember quite a few very popular YouTube channel hosts making their way for a day at the Walt Disney World theme parks and did some commercials and stuff like that. A lot of Disney enthusiasts kind of went, well, who is this? Who is this person? I don't know who this is. Why are they so important to be in a Disney commercial and in the parks for a day and all cameras and everything? Well, it's a different portion of social media that has taken off like it has when it comes to YouTube channels and vlogging and so much more that Disney has definitely paid attention to and, started making their way into that, specific part of social media. And to bring those people there, again, with the soap operas, are, the people from Agent Carter or the people from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or so much more.
You won't get those, though.
No, you won't get them.
Upon a time.
Once Upon a Time could come. There's so many different things they could do to make it worthwhile. Sure, it's going to be for a certain amount of time, 3 or 4 weekends or 2 weekends or something like that. Understandable. But also, what I want people to understand is during this construction time, all this stuff going away, you wondering why you want to go to DHS, Disney is going to give you a reason to still come to the park. You've got Pandora, the world of Avatar, coming to Animal Kingdom, which for how many years now has been the half-day park. You do Dinosaur, you do Expedition, you do, Kilimanjaro, you do Festival of the Lion King, and then you leave. Well, that's now going to shift. And I think Disney can handle it. I think that they're going to do just fine, but I don't think the price is going to change anytime soon.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not under any disillusions that they might do it. I'm just saying it would be a nice gesture. I don't think for a minute that they actually
will. Be. Yeah, you're right. It would be.
Well, and it would be. I agree. But I believe more realistically, Disney should provide the best entertainment value for the dollar because you're paying a premium price to get into those theme parks.
Yes, you are.
So you know what? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. could never make it into DHS, that cast?
Because it's Marvel. They are Marvel characters.
Maybe.
I mean, the Avengers, yes. We can't get them.
Well, you see, here's the thing. We're in a slippery slope here because it depends on how those rights work out. Remember, it was only a year and a half ago when Guardians of the Galaxy did a meet and greet at DHS, and it did not have Marvel on the banner. It was simply sold as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Why? Because those tier of characters were not included as part of the deal that they struck with Universal.
Mm-hmm.
No, and that's the reason that you're seeing these lower tier characters be developed into movies. That's why you're Doctor Strange, why you're Captain Marvel, why you're Black Panther. That's why they're bringing them in there, because at the time that happened, they weren't the most popular characters. And this has been a brilliant move, because not only are you promoting and doing well with them?
Yeah.
Not only are you promoting these characters, you're making them fresh, you're getting them out there, but you're also taking away a little bit from the competition. Right. Because you're not promoting. You're just kind of like, okay, well, we're not getting our full return on investment from X-Men. Well, guess what? We're not going to promote X-Men. We're not getting the return on the investment from Fantastic Four. Get this. There won't be any toy deals for Fantastic Four to tie into the movie. And guess what? We're killing them off in the comics, too. Ha!
Yep. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Hey, Jessica Jones, have her show up at DHS. Have, just the actors, not the characters, the actors.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where I was getting to, is that if you celebrate ABC, ABC weekends or whatever, and invite stars, you could say Chloe Bennett is coming, who plays whatever, but you don't necessarily have to name the TV show if it gets sticky. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
So you could say, or
call me when Haley Atwell shows up.
Haley Atwell, my God, Haley Atwell.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Just remember, I
Ming-Na Wen.
Haley Atwell, Ming-Na panel this last year.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, good God. Ming-Na can show up just because she was Mulan as well.
Exactly right.
That's true. That is true.
And look, I mean, it's very popular for Comic-Cons around the world to get these actors that have been in various Disney movies and film, and I don't think that they are doing enough to leverage that portion for the parks.
Yeah.
Whether it's voice actors on Disney Channel, Disney XD, previous movie stars, things of that nature, ABC stars, live action films, they could definitely do it. Or even for hardcore Disney fans to do, some type of things like meet the animators, like the Bancroft brothers, and bring them in to do certain signings. They have done that in the past. They could do a better job of promoting it to the general public, because how cool would it be to have, Glenn Keane or the Bancroft brothers, be there to meet and greet fans and sign Blu-rays of their movies or posters of their movies.
Yeah.
Special dessert parties can be done when it comes to the new Star Wars fireworks experience, or for any other types of experiences. And it will be. You will see that kind of stuff. No doubt about it. You can even tap into that a little bit. There have been instances where Disney has done these types of events and not really delivered the way they should, as far as the prices you've been paying and then the type of food or the content that you're receiving for paying that price. But people still bought it, and it's sold out. So there again is your revenue that Disney is looking for. But it's all in all, even with all of the stuff that we're talking about, yes, Disney's Hollywood Studios is going to be a half-day park. You'll do your big attractions. You might have a quick service type of lunch or dinner or whatever, and you're probably going to move on to somewhere else. That's just the nature of it. But that's because you're waiting for the bigger picture. You're waiting for the 14-acre Star Wars land that's coming. You're waiting for the 11-acre Toy Story land that is coming, and all the new stuff that all of that stuff is going to bring. New restaurants, new attractions, new shops, so much more. You just got to be patient. It's still going to be part of your magical Disney vacation, either which way you look at it. Unfortunately, it just without a few things. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, pardon our pixie dust while we are refurbishing this area for your future enjoyment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. No, we're not sitting here and we're trying to kiss Disney's butt. We're just giving you the realistic outlook of this is how it's going to be until 2020, 2021. It's going to come in stages. It's going to come in pieces, and you just have to wait for it.
One thing that I have said before, and I think you all had even mentioned this during our podcast in the past, is that where Universal is smoking right now is the fact they are highly mobile. They are highly able to work and work at a breakneck speed to bring Harry Potter attractions to fruition in their parks. Granted, Disney works in a different style, a different way, but I will say that Disney really needs to step up their construction efforts and build the Death Star on time.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Right?
Maybe Darth Vader can find new ways to motivate them.
Between now and the time that Star Wars and Toy Story opens at DHS, but during that time span, Universal can put up a new land like that. And once again, the park wars go to the highest level possible between Disney and Universal, trying to make that pull. You want to come to see us? They've still got walls up. We've already built something brand new. Come on.
Yeah, I think in many ways, I hate to say it, there's going to be a lot of fans that aren't happy to hear this. Disney's gotten complacent. I really do believe they have gotten complacent. Because, all right, you see Harry Potter Land. It is very intense. It is very immersive. It has, it has wonderful attractions. What did we get with New Fantasyland? Yes, we got the new Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's like, hey, come to Disney. We made Dumbo bigger.
We built more than one. We put in another one. Ooh.
Yeah.
Look, well, here's the thing. So, with Universal creating a whole new land, much like Cars Land. Okay.
Yes, I understand. Yes.
It did, for me, Cars Land represents the best of Walt Disney Imagineering.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to New Fantasyland, I feel like it was half-baked.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Just because the land appeals to families and children doesn't mean it can't offer a superlative experience, which I believe it falls flat. I'm sorry. Feel free to write your hate mail. I don't care. That's my. They could have done a lot better with New Fantasyland, in my opinion, and I think that it just falls flat in a lot of different aspects. Now, they have a chance to redeem themselves with these new lands being planned. Let's make sure, and of course, I'm sure you covered it in your headlines earlier. The fact that Walt Disney Imagineering has a new head, maybe
we did cover that. Yeah,
maybe we'll light a fire under some people's asses to make sure that the superlative premium experience that we pay for as vacation goers will be taken into account, and they'll give us that experience. And I believe, as we talked about too a few podcasts back, that part of the deal that George Lucas struck up with Bob Iger, and another reason why Bob Iger remains to be the president of the president of the Walt Disney Company, is that he's making sure that these things come to fruition and do not get cut back.
Sure,
because he understands how powerful that franchise is. Star Wars.
Remember all of this new technology, attraction technology that Disney Parks talked about during the D23 Expo. And specifically what they were putting in over in Shanghai Disney and the stuff that they talked about. You have to understand that so many different times Disney has taken this new technology and they have put it in other parks. It's not just exclusive to one park. They're now starting to use it on new attractions with different themes. It's not the exact same attraction, but it is used in various parks. So what they're building now and what they have imagined then could be coming to Star Wars, could be coming to Toy Story.
Right.
That is how Disney expands the Imagineering that they do, is they use what they've thought of. It's going to be popular. It's going to be a hit. We need to put it over here as well. Not the same ride, not the same attraction, but the same technology.
No, I don't think it should be the same ride. It's like I as much as I love seeing the videos and pictures of Cars Land, I don't want Cars Land over at Hollywood Studios or anywhere else in Walt Disney World. You know why? Because if you do that, if you make clones of every single attraction,
you turn into Six Flags.
And what's the incentive to go over to a different park?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's like you have, on now I don't mean like say where you have Space Mountain in Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Those are two. They are the same name. They are two different coasters.
Especially right now. Yeah.
Especially right now. Now you have the Tower of Terror, though. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. They are fundamentally the same thing.
Yeah.
Soarin' over California and Soarin'.
Yeah.
They had been pretty much clones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are always reasons to go to a different park, but you should make sure there's as many as possible.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you'll always any self-respecting Disney fan has to go to Disneyland at least some point in their life. It's kind of like a pilgrimage.
Right.
Eric, let me kind of tap into your Disney fanboy for a second, okay?
Okay.
Remember a few years back when they were refurbishing Test Track and the different things that you and I talked about as to what we would have liked to have seen Test Track become?
Yes.
Okay. And you remember what that was?
That was mainly Tron.
Tron, exactly. And what is happening over in Shanghai Disney?
Something that should have happened over in freaking Epcot.
They are getting a Tron light cycle coaster. Brand new technology. But could you imagine that type of technology and coaster being brought into Star Wars?
That would be awesome. It really would be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, ride technology, like you have the Star Tours ride with the Star Tours ride vehicles for Body Wars.
Yeah.
You have Dinosaur / Countdown to Extinction and the Indiana Jones Temple of Forbidden Eye. Same ride technology.
Right.
Same track.
Same track.
That's right.
See, that's a good example of carrying over because these are two different rides, even though they have the same ride vehicle.
Right.
Different feel, different story, different level of excitement.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with elements being brought over, or if you're taking a new interpretation of something like Phantom Manor versus Haunted Mansion. It's just, don't give me the same damn ride.
Well, that's why I believe wholeheartedly that Hyperspace Mountain here, and I say here in Anaheim because I'm actually here in Anaheim right now. But I'm literally walking distance from the park.
That's why there's still sunlight on your face while the rest of us are in darkness.
This sunlight, it's called my LED.
Oh, wow. Look at that technology at work right there. I thought it was the sun.
It's not the sun. It's definitely not the sun. Trust me. No, so that's why I believe that Hyperspace Mountain at Disneyland is going to be there to stay.
The fact that it has Star Wars tied into it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's really good. I mean, the soundtrack is amazing. The experience is different than Space Mountain. And I believe that if the guest experience is being taken note of, and I'm sure they are, they're always taking surveys, that there's a good possibility that the locals might want to keep it that way for at least a foreseeable future. And
they do cater to the locals when it comes to Disneyland out there in California. No doubt about it.
So, yes.
And the thing is, Hyperspace Mountain and Star Wars being tied into it has no business being in Tomorrowland over in the Magic Kingdom because there is nothing else Star Wars over there. It doesn't belong. So you can't do it.
No.
You know.
And do not give me it doesn't belong there because it's not Disney. Don't give me that baloney, because by that logic, you shouldn't have Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, 101 Dalmatians, Snow White, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, because none of that stuff started out as original Disney ideas either.
Yeah, that's true.
Pinocchio.
That's true. Pinocchio. Yep.
Pinocchio,
you know what?
Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I'm very interested into what our viewers and our listeners have to say about this, because we've covered a lot just in this one main topic for WDW After Dark tonight. So what I encourage you to do, if you're watching this on YouTube, not only do we want you to subscribe to the show, we want you to comment on the show. That area down there where you can put comments, we would love to see your comments and read your comments on the show as to what you think is the proper way to promote DHS in the coming years as all of this construction is going on, as all of these different attractions have closed. Is it going to be a half park day for you? Is it still going to be a full park day? Are you still going to do all the regular things that you love to and stay there at the same time? He just disappeared on us. There he is once again. We'll bring
Al John went.
He went. So please, if you're watching the show here on YouTube, comment down below. We want to read all of those. Now, if you're listening to the show on iTunes or any other place where you listen to this on Stitcher Radio, something like that, you can send your comments to wdwafterdark@gmail.com. Yes, we will check them. Yes, we will read them. You can make your comments and those 5-star ratings on iTunes as well. We'd love to see stuff like that. So we encourage the interaction. We want to see the interaction. But you've got to be the one who's interactive. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. Because you know what? This is a huge topic. It's a huge discussion. There's a lot of possibilities, but Disney watches this kind of stuff. They listen to this kind of stuff, and they're looking for your input. This is a great platform to do it on, WDW After Dark right here. Good platform to do it. So we encourage all of that here on the show. So we've pretty much covered everything. Eric covered some good stuff. Just a quick recap. The online petition to make the upcoming Deadpool film a PG-13 version for younger kids that's out there. I know Eric's getting a good laugh out of that one. He also talked about the Stan Lee interview where there could be possibly a Star Wars Marvel crossover comic for you comic book lovers to check out. We also talked about
not movie.
Not movie, comic.
Well, Stan Lee says it could be a movie, but I say
it could be. It could be.
Could be a comic, yeah.
Also a reminder, Agent Carter Season 2 started tonight on ABC. She's out there on the West Coast in Southern California dealing with some new bad guys and girls, so you want to check that out. Also, we talked about Jessica Jones Season 2 being confirmed on Netflix. That's probably coming, I'm going to guess, maybe fall or winter 2016. Well, you might get that new one. And then he also mentioned Daredevil Season 2 coming very, very soon to Netflix to find out everything that happened with that. Now, as far as Disney Park news, we did talk about the Imagineering chess pieces being moved around when it comes to Disney Imagineering. We talked about Kylo Ren, who is now going to be over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, appearing for meet and greets over at the Star Wars launch bay. And we did mention what kind of tension that would cause between him and Chewbacca being in the same building at the same time. So, I don't know. If you haven't seen the film, you don't know what I'm talking about. If you have, you do know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to tell you that. We will still see, of course, the First Order Stormtroopers and Chewbacca in that area as well. And also, we covered a brand new act that is over in Canada at in the World Showcase. They are called Trade Nation. It's a 5-piece band performing traditional songs and step-by-step dance in a 20-minute show. You can check it out Wednesday through Sundays with several shows per day on the Mill Stage there in the World Showcase. So we'll see how they do when it comes to the short-lived acts that have been occupying that area after Off Kilter left the World Showcase. So we'll just have to wait and see. So that's a recap of tonight's show. And, man, we covered a lot of good stuff. We did. We definitely. And Dude Bro Show +1. We got Al John in here. That was the best part. We got Al John on here for a Dude Bro Show. So Kristen is where is Kristen, by the way?
Hockey.
She's at the Predators game. The Nashville Predators there.
Preds. All right.
Preds.
Hockey, NHL.
Okay.
Wild card.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hey,
wild card. Go
good
boys.
For her. Do it. Make it happen.
Erica wears Preds jersey.
Yes.
I saw that, Eric. You're now a big Preds fan after your trip.
I have been
unaltered clone to
hooked.
Nashville.
I have been hooked, and he has been hooked. And
did they win their game while you were there?
No.
Oh, well.
No, we sucked that night. It wasn't that bad.
They just flat out sucked that night. That's the.
I know.
No,
that's all right. The Preds will be all right. Well, all right, Nicole. Fine. Fine. I was going to go downstairs to the bar and watch the rest of the game, but I guess it's over.
I guess it's done. It's finished and over with. Spoiler alert on the show: the Preds did not win.
That's just great.
All right, we're going to do a quick roundtable real quick to make sure you can find out where each one of us is at on the big interweb, where you can find us social media-wise and everything else. And we'll start right there with the Jedi Mouseketeer man, Mr. Aljon Go. Where can everybody find you, sir?
Yes, find me at JediMouseketeer.com, Facebook and Twitter on the same site. Also, Chris and I can be found at WDW Tiki Room. We had just put up our big discussion with Imagineer Bob Gurr. That was good times there. We're going to have another panel I'm going to hope to have up for Sorcerer Radio on Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, there at WDWTikiRoom.com. Please subscribe to that podcast and check out JediMouseketeer.com, diningatdisney.com for all of Chris and stuff. And last but not least, yes, you did say if you guys are fans of pro wrestling, my webcast, Pro Wrestling Cast, got nominated for a Pro Wrestling Audio Award. So keep on voting every day. If you like pro wrestling, our WrestleMania season's coming up, and we would appreciate it. For more details, I'll be posting it there at ProWrestlingCast.com tonight. So hopefully everybody go out there. Thank you.
Good stuff, man. Appreciate it, Aljon. Eric Allen, you are up next, sir.
Okay. You can find me in two places on Twitter for General, the handle that I am using right now is for General Weisenheimery, along with things that are Marvel and general sci-fi fantasy sort of thing at Uncle Servo. For Disney stuff, you can find the show title at Sorcom Review, and that's also on Facebook, facebook.com/Sorcom Review. And I don't have my own website like the guy down below me does, but hey, that's okay. You can also find me in the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone, which is a group on Facebook for those who want to share their love of all things Disney in a family-friendly atmosphere.
All right,
we're all there, Bob.
We are all there. Thank you very much, Eric Allen. Appreciate that. Now, you can find me on Twitter at DW_60. That is the official Twitter page for the show DW60. Coming back finally this week, Thursday morning, over on Sorcerer Radio, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. I finally got the computer fixed it up and running, so thank goodness for that. Also, you can follow my personal Twitter at JeffDavis_75. Check out my new vlog on YouTube, the DDV, the Davis Daily Vlog. Usually it's daily if something interesting is happening. If it's not interesting, then it's not daily. It's whenever something comes up. So you can check that.
The DDV, which is a whole lot better than the DMV.
Exactly.
That's better than the DDT.
They're making a mockery of my show.
Maybe you could watch the DDV when you're watching it in a SUV.
Oh, Lord. I need to have you guys come to Biloxi and be on the vlog. I mean, that's golden right there.
Let's make that happen, Pete and Q, USOB.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Just search for my name, Jeff Davis, on YouTube, and you'll see the DDV come up. Davis Daily Vlog over on YouTube. Check the vlog out. I would definitely appreciate the views and the subscriptions. And as always, I am also in the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone, where we talk about all things Disney parks as a big old Disney family. And we would love to have you as part of that family. All you have to do is ask to be a member of the Fun Zone. And that gentleman right over there, Mr. Eric Allen, he will definitely get you hooked up and ready to go.
If you are worthy.
If you're worthy, which, of course, you are. You're watching After Dark. You are worthy, so don't worry about it. It's okay.
And watch your step, because I do have the band hammer.
The various forms of hammers that Eric has at his home is disturbing in so many different ways. I have to be honest.
It is hammer time over here.
Okay, see, and that's where it just really starts getting deep, and we need to end the show on that.
Please, Beaver, don't hurt him.
Yes!
Now, the good thing about it is this show may be ending, but there will be another one next week. You can catch us right here on Blab next Tuesday night. Usually it's about 7:30 when we come on and we get through the initial pre-show stuff. But we do love talking to everybody that does come on and seeing your comments and stuff in the chat room as well. If you're watching the show on YouTube, it's the pre-show pretty much. But catch the live show here on Blab, 7:30 Central Time or 8:30 Eastern Time on Blab. If you're watching the show on YouTube, please subscribe. We definitely want the subscriptions. We want the viewers. We want those comments. If you're listening to us on iTunes, give us those 5-star reviews. Write a review. Tell people about us. Share us. Tweet us. Facebook us. Anything us. We appreciate it. And
except for stalk us.
Don't stalk us.
We have to draw the line somewhere.
No, we can't do that. Real quick, I want to mention our sponsors one more time. We want to talk about Amazon.com. You can find the link to that to shop for all kinds of different things. Find it at WDWAfterDark.com. Check out Magical Journeys Vacations. If you're looking for a vacation, whether it be springtime, wintertime, summertime, anytime, any type of vacation when it comes to cruising, parks, and everything else, Kristen will take care of you. Magical Journeys Vacations. Get your Star Wars tickets. It may be number 2 this week, but it'll be number 1 next week. Get your tickets via Fandango.com. Get your con costumes, Halloween costumes, bachelor party costumes. It doesn't matter what it is. All that.
You need a costume for your bachelor party?
Of course you do. Always have a costume for a bachelor party. Get all of that stuff. WDWAfterDark.com and use the link for Halloween Express. I can't emphasize that enough. Does anybody have anything before we go?
Hey, man. Great job, guys. Thanks for having me on for a few minutes.
We appreciate it.
Working here on the West Coast, so you guys have a good one.
I appreciate it, Al John. Thank you so much for coming on, bud. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thanks. Eric, is it another Dubro show? Woody and the Beef next week, I believe, as well?
I don't know.
I'll be there next
week.
Oh,
yeah, okay. It would still be a Dubro show.
Dubro plus one.
I think so. We may be calling from the Chariot on the way down to Walt Disney World.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That works
well,
fine.
See, it'll be like it'd be like a live remote.
It'll be like a live remote.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I can just see it now. Al John will be there going like, well, we're here and we're like at mile marker 387 on Highway 75 going south. Oh, look, Kristen almost ran into a deer. Look, there's a dead possum. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Eric, you look like me when I'm vlogging because I'm holding my phone up to my face. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, does anybody have anything else before we go?
No, y'all have a good evening, good week. We'll see you next time.
Appreciate it, Eric. Thank you so much. We are going to be back next week. Hope you can catch the show. Until then, always remember, it's always better after dark. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Is here.
Next stage, next grade, next wave.
The new Sorcerer Radio app, version 4.0. Take your favorite Disney park music and SR shows with you everywhere you go. The new Sorcerer Radio app, version 4.0.
There's a lot of satisfaction in developing ideas into realities.
We went back to the drawing board with an all-new design and features that you've been asking for.
To infinity and beyond!
All new design, daily schedule page, Sorcerer Radio Disney News page, keep on screen, sleep timer, screen lock display, Bluetooth display, visual buffer, iOS 8 compatible, iPad compatible, optimized for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, coming soon to Android. And the best part, it's free.
Download
the new Sorcerer Radio app, version 4.0. Download it for free.
Thank you for traveling with us.
All Disney music all day long. Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com.
crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?